Survive 30 days chained to your ex, win $250,000. Part 14. The afternoon sun cast long, warm shadows across Prague's narrow alleys, painting the walls with golden streaks. Clara wandered through these hidden passageways, far from the usual tourist paths, where the scent of old stone and ivy mixed with the faint aroma of roasted chestnuts from a street vendor nearby. Each alley seemed to whisper secrets, carrying voices from the past that only the observant could hear. Clara paused in front of a small, weathered doorway tucked between two tall buildings. The paint had peeled with time, revealing layers of faded colors beneath, and a tiny brass plaque read, Galerie des Murmures. Her curiosity sparked. She pushed the door open, the creak echoing softly in the quiet interior. Inside, the gallery was modest yet enchanting. Light filtered through stained glass windows, casting colored patterns on the walls filled with paintings, sketches, and delicate sculptures. Each piece seemed to carry a fragment of the city's soul, capturing fleeting moments of life, love, and longing. She walked slowly, taking in the art, letting her eyes linger on the brushstrokes and the subtle play of light and shadow. There was something almost alive about the work, as if each creation had a story to tell, a memory to share. Clara felt a connection she could not explain, as though the gallery itself had been waiting for her to arrive. In a quiet corner, she noticed an easel holding a half-finished painting of Prague at twilight. The colors were rich and vibrant, yet the scene was incomplete, the brush strokes unfinished, leaving room for imagination. She felt a sudden urge to pick up the brush, to add her own interpretation, to leave a piece of herself within the city's narrative. As she began to paint, she realized that the gallery was not empty. An elderly man stood nearby, his eyes gentle and observant, watching her movements with a patient curiosity. "You have a good eye," he said softly, his voice like a whisper carried through the hall. "This city reveals itself only to those who are willing to see more than what is on the surface." Clara smiled, feeling a warmth that went beyond the physical light of the room. "I want to capture its essence, not just its appearance," she replied, her voice steady with determination. The man nodded, stepping back into the shadows, allowing her to continue. Time seemed to dissolve as she painted, the alley outside fading into a distant hum. Each stroke of the brush mirrored the melodies she had played on the bridge, intertwining her music with the colors of Prague, creating a harmony between sound and sight. She realized that the city was speaking to her in multiple languages, the language of stone, water, music, and paint, and she was beginning to understand, slowly and carefully, how to listen. When she finally stepped back, the painting glowed with life. It was a scene of twilight in Prague, bridges and rooftops bathed in golden light, shadows stretching across cobblestones, and in the center, a figure playing a violin, the notes drifting into the sky. Clara felt a quiet satisfaction, knowing that she had captured a moment that existed both in reality and in memory. As she left the gallery, the streets of Prague seemed to hum with an unseen rhythm. The alley had shown her that discovery was not just about seeing or hearing, but about participating, about leaving a trace of oneself in the city's endless story. With each step, Clara felt herself becoming a part of Prague, a part of its echoes, ready to explore even deeper mysteries as the twilight approached once more.